Juliana Goose Hutchens has committed to the University of Oklahoma. Hi, Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. Goose Hutchens has decided to go to OU. Patty Gasso with a huge pickup for her class of 2027 softball class. It's a huge pickup for Patty Gasso. Goose Hutchens is a junior at Wagner High School. She's a generational type player. It's a player that has been on Patty's radar for many years. I think she was someone that they were looking at when she was a 7th and 8th grader. She's that special of a player. She's at Wagner High School right now. She plays for her father, Johnny Hutchens. Outstanding hitter. If you've been around the softball world, you've been aware of her for years. Powerful swing, left-handed hitter. It's interesting. I've been aware of her for a while. I'm friends with her family. One of my really good friends, Chris Shomo, was her first travel ball coach. Coached at her when she was with Tulsa Elite when Goose was 10 years old. And Chris told me when she was 10 years old that she's going to go to Oklahoma. And I kind of laughed at the time. And Chris said she's that special a player. Goose grew up playing baseball. And when Goose was starting to play baseball, Chris became friends with Johnny, and Chris said, "Hey, we have a fast pitch softball team," and Johnny wasn't aware of fast pitch softball at the time, and Goose started playing for Chris and started hitting home runs right away playing fast pitch. Goose started playing catcher, and really started hitting the ball, picked up the fast pitch game well. Goose can play all positions. I asked Goose what position she was going to play at Oklahoma. Said they really didn't get to that conversation with Patty, but Goose did say she can play any position except for pitcher. Goose is playing at Wagner right now. She hit 23 home runs as a sophomore, which tied an Oklahoma State record. She was injured her freshman year, had an ACL injury, so didn't really play a lot her freshman year. She only has 5 or 6 home runs this year. They're playing a limited schedule at Wagner. Interestingly enough, she's a left-handed hitter. Hit a home run right-handed, though, so they've been toying around with her hitting the ball right-handed just for fun. And that kind of tells you what kind of special talent she is when she's hitting home runs right-handed. They're working on just her hitting right-handed just so she can get some looks with her non-dominant eye. So that really tells you a lot about just how special a player she is. Had an opportunity last year. Went to a game covering Oklahoma BYU, and it was a game Oklahoma lost on a Friday night against BYU at Love's Field. And I was talking to Goose about that. And Goose told me that it was our first time to take batting practice. They had an elite camp that same weekend where they had some of the best from the nation come for an invitation camp. And Goose got to take BP at Love's Field for the first time. And Goose got in the batting cage, and she hit 10 home runs in a row out during front toss. And 5 of the home runs were knocked out of the stadium. Me and some of the other OU reporters were watching from the press box, and we were just amazed with the hitting display she put on. And I remember talking to someone that was at the stadium, and they had to, one of the administrators actually had to go outside the stadium to go retrieve the balls, and she hit 5 outside the stadium, just crushing the ball. She put on a hitting display. Just tells you a little bit about the power that she has. Just really impressed with her. Gotten to know her family a little bit. Gotten to know Goose a little bit. Just a really nice young lady. Interviewed her for the story that we're running for Friday's paper that's online right now, and she's a really polished interview person, mature, really way mature beyond her years. You can tell that she's done this before. I've interviewed her. In fact, she was part of the Little League team that won the Little League World Series in 2021 in North Carolina in Greenville. She was a member of that team. She anchored that team. So I got to interview her for when she was a 12-year-old. And you could tell then she was not only a special player, but a special person. During this recruiting process, of course, like many players across the country, on September 1, her phone blew up, including from Patty Gasso. And there were some finalists for this team, for her. UCLA, Texas Tech, Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma were her 5 finalists. And down the stretch, you could tell that Oklahoma and Texas Tech were really strong. She included Texas as her finalist. Texas Tech, Gary Glasgow, and Patty Gasso were at her Wagner softball game on Tuesday. And undoubtedly, when we talk NIL, I'm hearing that Oklahoma and Texas Tech came in strong, and you have to guess that Texas Tech really probably threw a lot her way. We see Nyjah Kennedy and what she got paid, and you got to guess that they probably threw a lot at Goose. Because she is a special player, and again, I'll use the words generational type player. You never know what's going to happen, but I think she's going to have a special college career. Goose is going to play for USA Softball's under 18 team at the World Cup at the end of the month. So she'll be on a national stage for there representing the USA. I did ask Goose about her memories of Oklahoma. She's been an Oklahoma fan all her life. She said when she was 10 years old, she went to a camp, and she said she was shaking when she met Patty Gasso for the first time. So that kind of tells you how much she's admired Patty through the years. She said Kinsey Hansen has always been her favorite player. Of course, being a catcher and Kinsey being a catcher, you can see that. And she was shaken the first time she met Kinsey Hansen, too. She's always modeled her game behind Kinsey. She's always followed Kinsey. So I thought that was impressive as well. She's always admired the coaching staff at Oklahoma, too. She said that she's always learned a lot from them, too. So I know that JT Casso and her are going to have a special relationship as a hitting coach and a player. Favorite game was she said that she enjoyed seeing Ella Parker hit the 3-run homer against Tennessee at Devon Park, the walk-off home run at the first game of the World Series this past year, too. So she knows a lot about Oklahoma. She knows a lot about the history, so I think she's going to fit right in terms of that, too. The last thing she said, her big key is to focus on getting better as a player. She understands nothing's given, and even when I asked her about if she thought that there would be a scholarship offer at Oklahoma, she never took anything for granted. Even when she was a freshman and a sophomore, she said she knew she had to work her butt off. So I think that was impressive when she said that as well. And she said she wants to stay healthy. That's the key. So big time get for Oklahoma, huge for the Sooners, and we'll see what happens these next 2 years as she prepares to join Patty Gasso's class of 2027 team. Stay tuned for all your coverage. Mason Young has a lot of Oklahoma coverage, not only softball, but football as well. And thanks for reading the Tulsa World.